I think Blake and Sakari are just getting home from the dog park, so we'll probably hear craziness ensuing. Papa, come here! Hi, hello! Did you have so much fun at the dog park? Oh my gosh! Hey guys, it's V, and today we are filming day 5 of the 10-day blender bender. So today's sponge I am especially excited to try because this is one that I have heard a little bit of some hype about on the YouTubes, and one of you guys specifically requested that I do this sponge, so I was very happy to comply and get it. This is the Japonesque beauty sponge, and this is the Kumadori collection. So this sponge retails for $9.99. When I'm filming this, it's currently on sale for $7.49, so every once in a while Japonesque will do a sale on their stuff, so you can get it for a little bit cheaper. But I'm going to kind of rate it based on the $9.99 price tag, which is kind of middle ground, I feel, in terms of sponges. So we're definitely going to see how this one worked. I'm so excited by how cool this sponge looks. You can kind of see, sorry for the reflection and the glare, I will obviously show you guys up close outside of the packaging, but it's got a badass marble kind of black and red effect. Super cool. I'm always down for a marble sponge. I just love how they look. They're so cool. So let's go ahead and read. Let's read on the back of the packaging here. Let's see what's up with this sponge. It says Japonesque beauty sponges are uniquely designed to help create an airbrushed finish for a flawless sculpted appearance. The wide end perfectly smooths creams and powder, while the pointed end easily fits smaller areas on the face, like around the nose and on the under eyes. So for best results, moisten sponge with water. You know I'm gonna do that. Dabbing out the, or squeezing out the excess. Dab sponge into your complexion products and apply to skin in a stippling motion. Okay, so this one I will do a little bit differently than I have been before, because it specifically says to dab from the product onto your face instead of how I usually do it. I usually place product on my face and then blend out. So we will follow the directions on this one and do it how it says. So let's go ahead and zoom in on my face and get down to blending. So today there will be no need for the Pikachu clippy because my hair is up, so that's another step we don't have to worry about. But let's get opening this sponge and we can see how big it gets when we moisten it. That's always one of my favorite parts about sponges, is seeing how they grow in size when you get them wet. It's always so satisfying. So let's go ahead. I just love how this sponge looks, you guys. It is so cool. I love the marble design. It's just, it's good. Good stuff, good stuff. I know that Japonesque has another sponge that's just a plain black one, but this one specifically people have been giving really good reviews for. So this is currently what it looks like dry, and I'm gonna go ahead and go wet it real quick and we can see how big it gets when we wet it. Okay, so here is the sponge wet. Now it didn't seem to grow like abnormally in size. It's not huge, but it definitely got a lot squishier and it is bigger. So it definitely gained a little bit of some expansion there. So this is exciting. I'm so excited to try this. It's very nice and squishy, feels good. I'm excited to use it. It's interesting because a lot of the beauty sponges, like the basic beauty blender, is actually a lot like thinner than I feel like a lot of the kind of copycats or like people that are trying to mimic the same effect. They're always usually a little bit more plump. Like they got a little bit more meat on their bones. I find that really interesting because the original beauty blender is a little bit more slender, but I love the way this one looks. I'm just, so excited. So let's go in with my Revlon Colorstay. My face is already primed. Everything I use is in my description box down below. So let's go ahead with my 2 pumps of foundation, how I normally use that amount. And we're going to just do it the way that it says to do it. So it says to dip it in the product and then put it on the face. So that's going to be interesting with my concealer. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I guess I'm going to have to figure it out. But let's go ahead. Let's dip and let's apply. Alright, things are going well. A little bit goes a long way. Looking good. I'm gonna get another dip of product, go on the other side of my face here. Let's. Alright. This is really quick. Nice. I like this one. So far so good. This seems to be really spacing out the product well. I'm just gonna go a little bit on my nose here. It doesn't seem to soak up excessively. Soaks up a pretty normal amount of product. Now it did say that the thinner side was good for the inner corner, so I'll probably take a little bit of concealer on the inner corners of my nose, but just to kind of get in that area, I'm just gonna kind of press a little bit harder. Seemed as though it's not leaving any kind of streaks or anything. I'm just gonna take another little dab here. The one thing with this though is like I can't judge as much like if I'm using a normal amount of product or more product, just because I'm not like spreading it on my face and leaving excess on my hand. I'm kind of using everything that's on my hand, but I normally use 2 full pumps of foundation, so I guess that kind of like, I feel like when I do it like this, I always usually end up using all of the product regardless. So this didn't have any claims that it was going to use less product from what I read on the back of the packaging. So that is how it blends out. It seems to have blended out really well. It's nice and squishy, feels good on the face. I think that did a pretty decent job. I'm pretty happy with that. Coverage looks good. Everything looks pretty uniform. I don't see any streaks or anything. So it actually blended it out really, really quickly too. Like I feel like this was probably one of the quickest sponges. And I'm just kind of like, I'm just one of those people, I just like keep going. Like, why do I keep going? It's fine. Everything's fine. But I did use all the product on my hand, so this is what it's currently looking like. I think it looks pretty good. So I think I'm going to move on to my brows real quick, and I will be back with you guys when I have some brow hairs. Back at it again with the full brows. Back at it again with the full brow. I'm cheesy. Okay, let's get into my concealer. So this is going to be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and I guess just like pump some of this on my hand here. I have no idea how much concealer I use on my eyes in terms of like this kind of an amount. So we're just going to start with that, I guess, and go on to the under eyes. I'm going to dip in. Oh, I feel like that's a lot. Okay, I'm just gonna like kind of spread it around along the tip of the sponge. Okay, and let's go into these under eyes. Who knows, maybe I like this technique better. Oh my gosh, I feel like that's a lot of product. Okay, let's try and spread it around. Let's try and spread that around. Okay, I feel like in my inner corner I got way too much product. Oh my god. Oh my god. So much product. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. I don't like this technique. I don't like this technique at all. Okay, we're just gonna blend. Just gonna keep blending. And I guess I'll try to like blend that on my eye. I never do the whole like concealer on the lid thing, especially with eyelash extensions. That's not ideal. Okay, so blending that in. I'm not a fan of that method. I already can tell you, not a fan. But I am a fan of how this blended out. It looks really good. Seamless blend, still have full coverage with the concealer. I mean, if you take a look at the difference between those, dang. So I'm going to take less product this time, much less, like barely anything. And I'm going to go on this side and I'm going to kind of spread it out first. Because before I kind of like packed it on that inner part of my eye. Now I feel like I have to go on the lid with the concealer on this side. I don't want to. But the sponge is doing an amazing job of blending. And I'm going to go ahead and go in my inner corners a little bit. Yep, that seems to get in there really, really easily. Don't really have to force that. That's awesome. And just a little bit on the nose. Just a little highlight. Nose highlight action. Oh, I have to go on the eyelid. Okay, I'm gonna take a tiny little bit. I'm just gonna barely go on the eyelid. Really don't like doing this with lashes, but I have to even it out or else I'm gonna look like a crazy person. Ooh, your girl's got some hair she needs to pluck. Overall though, I feel like that blended out my concealer pretty amazingly. It didn't end up looking cakey. It didn't apply too much product. that was user error that it applied too much product because I put way too much on there, but it didn't disperse the product in weird ways. It definitely blended everything out well. So let me grab my RCMA No Color powder and let's set this ish. Right, we've got some powder on here. Just going to go under the eyes, blend that in. Perfect. Looks good to me. I love when a sponge can be used to set the face. Staying just moist enough to melt it into the skin, but not too moist to where it soaks up all the powder. Yeah, that did great. I think the under eyes look really, really good. Hopefully you guys can see that too. I think this sponge overall did a pretty great job. And I didn't even have to use all of the concealer that I squeezed out because I would have been way too cakey if I did that. So all right, overall, this sponge definitely did the job for me. I like it a lot. The shape is just classic, so it's not anything, you know, it's not anything spectacular. It's not anything super wonderful. This sponge does retail for $9.99 originally, so it is a little bit up there in price, but it also looks really, really cool. As far as like how it performed and price and everything like that, I would probably give this one a 9 out of 10. Only reason it's not getting a 10 out of 10 is because it's a little bit higher on the price spectrum in terms of the makeup sponges that I'm testing out for this series. So yeah, I really, really like this one. Totally would recommend it. It was really, really squishy, really fun to use. Definitely got nice and big upon like wetting it and everything. Application went smoothly. I don't really have any complaints about this one. So very happy with this one and very happy to be halfway. We're halfway through. I just realized that now. We're halfway through the 10-day blender bender series. I hope you guys have been liking it so far. I'm pre-filming pretty much all of these, so I won't be able to see your comments or anything probably until the series goes up, but I am so excited to see how you guys react to this, and if you want me to do more, make sure you tell me in the comments down below if you want me to do this series again. I'm very excited. As far as like a sort of like wrap-up video and trying to like kind of rate the sponges, I'm totally planning on doing that. I think I might wait until the series has like gotten some comments and everything and gotten y'all's feedback. So let me know what you want to see in that wrap-up video. If you just want me to kind of go over like sponges from 1 to 10, like what my best and worst ones are, I can totally do that. I'm open to ideas, so let me know what you guys want to see. If you like this video, be sure to show some love to the like button right down here, and if you subscribe, you can be a member of Mah's family, and I love you guys so freaking much. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Not my next video, I will see you guys tomorrow. That's right, I mean, it is my next video, but I will also see you guys tomorrow, so bye guys.